What's up, witches? I have a little story time. I don't usually do these on this channel, but I'm going to start doing story times more often because as a witch who's been practicing witchcraft for years and years since I was like a toddler, um, I'm 30 years old now. I have a lot of stories about run-ins with demons and evil witches and ghosts, and I have all kinds of story times to tell you guys. And I thought, why not? So this story time is about once I had a run-in with an evil warlock. Um, Now, the word warlock, I'm really unsure about. I was told by one of my witch friends that the word warlock is like a hateful, bad word. It's like a slur. But then I just Googled it, and it said that a warlock is simply a male witch. So I'm a guy, but I call myself a witch. So I like that word. It sounds good on the tongue. I prefer that word. But so I'm saying warlock in the sense that it's an evil male witch, right? Okay, so this was years ago. I was probably 21, 22, maybe I was even just 20. So this is like about 10 years ago. I was at my dad's house and I was sleeping. And it was very much like a sleep paralysis demon kind of thing where in the middle of the night I woke up and I could not move my body, but my eyes were able to open. And in the room in front of me, there was this guy. And this isn't like a racial thing, I'm just painting a picture here. But it was like this black guy who was dressed in pretty typical, normal American clothes, but he had these necklaces on that were very like kind of beads that you would see at like Mardi Gras or something. And so it made me think, oh my God, this is probably like an evil warlock from New Orleans or something. But I'm in Massachusetts, so I'm like, I don't. But they were just beads. He could have been from anywhere. But it definitely gave me like these New Orleans vibes. Which, by the way, there are a lot of lovely witches in New Orleans. Um, voodoo is huge in New Orleans. Marie Laveau is like my hero. So just know that there are lovely witches in New Orleans. Voodooists, lovely people. I'm just saying, I don't think this was a good warlock or whatever. I don't think this guy was good because like I said, he had pretty normal clothes, these like beads around his neck, a whole bunch of beads, and he had a wooden wand in his hand, and he was doing these gestures over my body with the wooden wand. I don't know what he was doing, but all I know is that whatever magic he was putting on me was making me paralyzed. I could not move. And so, you know, I just, I mean, psychically, I knew that it was a bad thing. I mean, for all I know, he was a good witch putting some kind of blessing on me. And I don't know how he got in my room. Maybe he got in through the window, or maybe he like teleported. I don't know what some people are capable of. I don't know. I don't know what's out there. But there was a man in my room, in my bedroom, at my dad's house. So, like I said, I'm paralyzed, lying on my bed. My eyes are open, and I'm in this dark room, a relatively dark room. I mean, there was still some light in there. But he had this wooden wand, and he's gesturing the wand over my body, and it was making me paralyzed. I couldn't move. And I just had this feeling of like, I was really scared, and I just, there's a fucking man in my bedroom doing some kind of magic with a wand. So I'm like freaking out, and I'm trying to move so much because I mean, it was so long ago that I don't know exactly what my plan was when I was able to move my body, but I just remember like trying to move and trying to move, and then I finally like my body just shot up, and in all of a second, I had a plan, and the plan was he's doing magic on me, I'm gonna do some magic on him. So I looked at him and I snapped my finger, and it was basically to just make him stop or to banish him. And because I mean, when you're in a situation like that, it was so scary, and like I didn't really know what to do. So the only magical spell that I could come this is so stupid. The only magical spell I could come up with was basically go away. It's the go away spell. Like, I just wanted him to, like, be banished. And that, I guess that's not that stupid. I mean, that's a pretty typical go-to spell for a lot of witches, you know, like a banishing spell. But anyway, I looked at him and my body just shot up. And it was like, it was sort of like my body was moving before I could even think about it. It was just, I just knew what to do. It was weird. I just kind of knew what to do in the moment. And I snapped my finger. And all of a sudden, I woke up in my bed and he was gone. And I felt better, but like, and I'm not saying this was like a dream. It wasn't like, you know, a hallucination. I mean, this fucking happened. And it's hard because like I don't really tell people stuff like this a lot because the typical muggle, if you will, you know, like the typical person throughout life, you know, probably these things don't happen to everyday people. Um, it's kind of like that show Charmed. You know that show Charmed? As soon as those witches became witches in the show, that's when the demons started to come after them. So I think you'll find that once you become a witch, I think once a witch, always a witch. But once you are a witch, you're gonna have to face some demons sometimes. But that's the beautiful thing about being a witch is that we're full of solutions. So for every demon that comes our way, for every problem we encounter, we can come up with a spell. And if one spell doesn't work, then try a different spell. Or make a potion or do this or that. Like there's always a solution. And magic definitely works in mysterious ways. But anyway, I lucked out. And I think when I was paralyzed and I think he was some kind of voodooist warlock. Like, I mean, I love the religion of voodoo. I practice a lot of voodoo type things. I have a whole encyclopedia of voodoo, which is a great, great book. I'll probably make a video about that book someday. But, you know, I think he was an evil witch because when I was paralyzed in the bed, looking at him, doing whatever he was doing to me, I just was very scared. I was terrified. And I think that fear was my way of psychically knowing that he was evil and he was doing some kind of bad magic on me. So I think that was my way of like knowing. But I don't know. It's such a mystery. It was such a weird experience. But that was also during a time in my life when a lot of stuff like that was happening to me. There was a period of a few years where I was dealing with demons a lot. And I still battle the occasional demon, but like this was something like beyond. Back then, like really kind of serious, dark, scary stuff was happening to me a lot. And it's tough. I have another story about a spell that I did one time, and I gotta tell you, I'll make another video about that. But anyway, I love you guys. This was my encounter with a warlock, an evil warlock. And I still don't know what happened. I mean, when I snapped my fingers, it obviously did something because it allowed me to get out of the paralysis, and it allowed me to sort of wake up. And he was gone when I woke up, by the way. I think I said that already. But like when I woke up, he was gone. Everything was back to normal, and I felt better. But anyway. So, yeah. I love you guys. And if you want to support the channel, if you want to support me, there are links in the description. Or whatever, like, Cash App, Venmo, all that stuff. And, yeah. Check out my blog, too. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.